Okay, so this looks like it worked. Good evening, Esther. How are you?
Hi, Fabrice. Good evening. How are you?
So thank you to be here. So this webinar will be recorded for everyone that they want to get the link of this record. Just let us know, and I will explain to you how to get it by email. It should be on the YouTube channel as well and privately. So let's try now to share this one because for sharing, I'm not really a specialist. Okay, you can see my
Yes,
presentation now, Esther.
yes.
Okay, so thank you to be here. So here at this presentation, this is the presentation for essentially the investor, the first investor, and of course the person that already have.
Fabrice, you're sharing the other screen. You need to share the other one, the biggest one.
Okay, so this one. Okay, so stop. Thank you, because I'm not a very specialist for that.
Yeah, you need to share the screen
Okay,
with the wider that.
perfect. Thank you, Esther. So during this presentation, you can ask for a question. There's at the end of this presentation, there is a question and answer that you can participate. You can ask for all the question. We are here to respond at all your expectation. So first, like this presentation for the investment is really in Miami. Exactly, we are focused in Miami. Why? Because after the pandemic, like you can know, Miami is very the boom in the real estate, and the investment is very nice because the value of the property going up and the rent going up. We will see on this presentation what is better. So what is better? Condo hotel, condominium, luxury hotel, single family. Let's see. And first, for the people that they don't know me, I'm Fabrice Hernandez. I'm French, so maybe you recognize already with my accent. So it is why if there is something wrong, if there is something that you don't understand, don't hesitate to put just a note in the chat, and with no problem we can answer to everything. So you can book an appointment with us after this presentation. Before this presentation, we can do a presentation 101. I'm a specialist with the investment international and the foreign year. I'm starting my career in Paris, and we have the big advantage that the number is the number, and the number one is plus one is one plus one everywhere in Europe, in South of America, in America as well. So just the team today. We are Esther, that she's with them. So Esther, good evening.
Good evening, Fabrice.
So
Thank you for
she's
inviting me here.
No, of course, it's a pleasure because I want to make the presentation and make the advantage that there is for the single family, for the condominium, for the luxury. But I want, sorry, to explain that it's not necessary to get the money to make money, because at the beginning, when we want to invest, everybody thinking that we need a lot of money to make an investment. That is completely wrong. It is why I want absolutely that you are here tonight to explain how to make money if I don't have a lot of money. This is the big advantage that is in this country. Everything is possible. And believe me, if you want to really invest and you are completely involved, listen this presentation, you can do it. I will explain to you the better that I can, because we did it for so many clients in France, in Luxembourg, South of America, and now we're starting really in America, because there is more investor that is coming from New York City, from California, from Texas, and you can see there is 130 new development in Miami. What do you think it is? Because the developer understood that Miami, this is really the better things to invest. It is not so expensive like the other state, and really the people want to come here in the Sunshine State. So let's continue this presentation, Esther, and I say exactly what we're talking about tonight. So how I was able to buy my first rental property, if it's the first rental property that you project to buy and invest. So the question that we heard the most, it is exactly this one that you have on the left side. How I did get into the real estate investing, how I do. How was what is the beginning? How's I'm starting? Because I'm completely motivated, I'm completely excited, but I don't know where to do it. This is exactly the thing that you have to focus at the beginning. So at the beginning, when you want to invest, there is two criteria. I want to invest at the beach, or I want to invest in the city. It's completely different. This is two criteria completely different because it's not the same client, it's not the same investment, it's not the same rent that you can collect. After you have another one, I'm going to a new project, new development. So the new development, if I'm starting to buy it, and I will explain to you in the other slide, if I'm starting to invest in a new development project, I know that I can't get some revenue tomorrow. I put my money on the table. The advantage that is it, you will see after in the other slide, is not the entire money is completely different. But we will see the two differences that there is with the new construction project and the resale project. So this is two completely different investment. Third, you have the condo hotel. And at that, some different door when you can invest, be careful. There is some residential, some commercial. We will explain to you. But by the way, if you want really a personal presentation, we can make a one-on-one, take an appointment with us. There is no problem. We can explain to everything. This is generally what we will explain tonight. And after behind your situation, let's know us and we can take an appointment. It's completely free and there is no commitment. There is no problem about that. So let's continue. How can you get involved in the real estate investing? It is exactly what I said to you just before. What I will be discussing tonight. So there is, like I was telling you, 2, 3, 4 possibilities. The first property is often the most difficult to purchase. Yes, guys, because the first one, you don't know exactly where you are going, because you don't know, you want really rentability, but we don't have a crystal ball. But believe me, you cannot have today, it was the truth before, you cannot have today a cap rate for 11%. If you say, Fabrice, I want to invest in a real estate, I want to put my money and I want a cap rate for 10 to 15%, it doesn't exist. It was existing before in Miami, of course. It was existing at the beginning of the pandemic, of course, because the cap that you can get on the property, what is? The first thing is not at the moment that you sell the property, the more important is at the moment that you buy the property. Because when you buy the property and you get a mortgage, and you will see after with Esther, when you get a mortgage, the percentage and the leverage that you are getting by the bank result to the cap rate that you get under your investment. Again, the cap rate that you can get on your investment, this is at the beginning of the property that you want to buy, is in the cap rate that you have in the interest rate of your loan, that is determine your cap rate to the rentability that you can get on the property. So if you want to invest, this is for why. You have to be focused and you have to be, you absolutely get a goal. This is for the retirement. This is for traveling. This is for putting the kids for the school. This is exactly the goal, because always what I say, if you buy a property and you have 1%, maybe you will see Fabrice is crazy, but listen, if you buy a property and you get a cap rate for 1%, do it. Why? Easy. Because depend of your goal, but if you have a cap rate for 1% and it's not your money, and you will see the value that there is in Miami. So now for the last 2 years is 50% about the value that you can get on the property. You can get 50% more, 1% yearly, and it's not your money. So this is really, really the average that you can get to find a good investment. But let's see the 6th step that we have here when we make an investment. First of all, what we need. Of course, Esther, you will see, I need a down payment.
Exactly.
But you really need a down payment? Do you think that you need a down payment? Do you think that there is not probably some investment that you can do without an investment? Believe me that you can. But you have to exactly step by step planning and budgeting your money. where is the money coming from? You have money at your bank, and you can take this money to make a down payment. You don't have money at your bank. You don't have a liquid. You don't have a cash, but you want to continue to invest, but you are already some poverty. We have a solution. Again,
Exactly.
just take an appointment with us. Esther, I think that you can explain to us just after what is the solution in this case, and what is the OPM. OPM is the other people money. You can have a gift, you can get a loan with a gift, because at the moment that you want to get a loan, Esther, I think that you can confirm that the bank is looking for, if you have a down payment, if you have some money, if you have some assets.
Exactly.
And with this, you can start it to invest. It's not because you don't have a cash flow on your bank account today that you say, I cannot invest anymore. At the reverse, believe me, because what's happened, if you have some property, it doesn't matter if it's coming from one LLC, two LLC, four LLC, in personal, it doesn't matter. But if you have some property and some income, you are working on the other side and you have other income, you're getting a new tax return, and you go to with tax return, you will have a tax return positive and you will pay taxes. But if you go with this system and you're starting to invest to get more money, you can have a lot of deduction that we can explain to you exactly, but depend of each situation, because the situation of me is not exactly the same situation of you. So again, we can explain to you how to make money, and also if you don't have the cash flow at the bank, you will see in new construction is possible. Yes, it is. In the resale is possible. Yes, it is. So let's see and continue and explain to you. The real estate, we know that is always like that. It's going up, it's going down, it's going up, it's going down. Where you are up, when you are down, is the good moment to buy. Is always the good moment to buy. This is when you listen, all the brokers say, always this is the good moment to buy. No, the moment that you can buy, this is the good moment to buy. Because the circle of the real estate that is going up and is going down, it doesn't matter. Why it doesn't matter? I will explain to you. If the interest rate is at 7% and you have sufficient revenue, to get a loan, you have a good credit score, to get a loan, do it. It doesn't matter if the interest rate is at 7, 8, 9, because you can also refinance your loans without problem. Because if you are going, and we have this case at the moment of the pandemic that the interest rate was 2%, but there is some people that they cannot buy, they don't buy because they don't have the credit score enough correct to buy. They don't have enough revenue to buy. Also, if the interest rate was very low, it's not possible to buy. So buy at the moment that you can buy. Here again, the price in Miami, I'm focusing Miami because we are working here. We know really the area. We are studying the market every single day. And believe me, the market that is completely different in New York City and in California. I just compare always these two states because this is exactly the three states, Miami, California, New York City, that is the real estate is completely crazy and is a really a good investment. You need to spend money to make money, obviously. So you need really to spend money to make money. Don't think that you can spend nothing if you want to make money. Also, first, you have for the down payment. Second, you have, we will see just after, the closing cost. You will have after, if you want to rent your property, you have to make advertising. You have to build your team. You have to really working and spend money if you want. And we can explain to you exactly how to do it, because we already did it for so many investors. So you can take an appointment with us. Don't hesitate, and we can explain to you how to do it. The step number 2, figuring out where you want to invest is exactly what I say you before. Where do you want to invest? Which client do you want? What is your possibility? You want to do it on the beach? You want to do it on the city, in Brickell, in Miami Beach, in North Miami, is not the same client. It's completely different client. But the more important thing it is, where can you afford? Where do you want to live? Because you have two possibilities. You can invest in the multifamily, live inside the multifamily and get the income. So this is for you. And this is for the rent. So this is very important that you know exactly where do you want to invest and if you can afford this investment. Compare the market. Somebody must help you. If you are coming from another state, if you are coming from another city, of course, I don't know the market in California. I don't know the street. I don't know what is the better street. If I want to buy a property in California or New York City, I will call a broker to help me. It's very important. You have to focus really where do you want? What do you want? If you like this area, and you should have someone to help you because you don't live there and you don't know exactly if it's a good configuration for you. The comparable, you have to do it, but you don't have to waste your time either. Take a professional that he can do it for you because this is his job. And what the better thing that someone that is his job to do it. So don't hesitate, take a professional figuring out where do you want to invest. This is very, very, very important. So usually that what we have more common. This is the property, the single family, because the cap rate is a little better because there is no HOA, there is not depend. But you have to know that the moment that you want to invest in the single family first in Miami is very difficult. Less than 4 million is very, very difficult. There is not a lot of on the market, and everything that is up to 4 million is going very, very fast. Anyway, the luxury condo starting to appear better under analysis with the rentability. We can show you exactly, this is why tonight I show you exactly a luxury condo because now we made already the comparable and you can really make money with the luxury condo. Why luxury condo? Because it's better. There is two really, really good investment here in Miami. This is the luxury condo and houses. There is the condo that you can take. This is the condo that you can make short-term rental. Obviously, Miami, what is it? Vacation. Everybody that is coming in Miami, this is for what? For the vacation, for the beach. So obviously, everything that is in that short-term rental was working very well as well. Let's see for the step 3. What king of the property? That's exactly what I was telling you. Don't limit yourself to one style of property. Looking at more than one door revenue. Because if you are a multifamily, it's much better that you can invest or an apartment, or you can divide the apartment like the new project that we have just here that I will present to you, buy an apartment, divide it for 2. Because sometimes if you have one apartment and there is an occupancy, that depends of the occupancy, and it is empty, it's better to have 2 because maybe you can have one that is not so expensive and the other one that is more bigger, and you can, by the way, enjoy one and rent the other one. So this is the things that you have to do. Looking at more than one door revenue, buying single family dwelling, duplexes, triplexes, fourplexes, financing rule. You have to set up everything and looking for everything. By the way, if you want an analysis with Esther, we can take an appointment with Esther with us. So there is no problem. There is no commitment. Take an appointment with us. We will put the link just here on the chat, and we can exactly 101 do the analysis and see what you are looking for and what you can do in this first investment or another investment here in Miami. Know at the moment that you research, take a screenshot if you want from this slide. So this is exactly each kind of property is identified on the listing. When you are looking for a property here, just here in Miami, on the listing, you have some abbreviation. This is very, very important to know what you are talking about. Again, sometimes don't waste your time. Give directly this work to the broker. This is his work. He knows all the abbreviation. depend of the investment that you want to do. If it's a residential attached, it's a residential detached single family, is a duplex, app, alpha duplex, threeplex, fourplex, townhouses, apartment, and whatever, condominium, condo up. So you have all the abbreviation that is on the listing, and sometimes that the commercial listing, you don't know exactly what is going on with the abbreviation, but the broker know that, and the vacant lot as well. So this is very important. You can take a screenshot for this slide, and with my pleasure, I can explain to you everything. Step 4, figuring out for the cost. Yes, when you want to invest in a property, there is a cost, obviously. So there is a cost for the money, down payment, closing costs, renovation, furnishing, etc. Renting out the property. It was exactly what I was telling you. You want to buy a property. There is not only the first step that this is the research. The second step, that is, how is this cost? We are on the contract, perfect. What it costed to me? What the down payment that I have to put? What is the closing cost? Because I don't want that to happen. Obviously, we can have a solution, but it's better to know before to enter under contract. It is working exactly the same thing for the new construction and the resale. The new construction, let's see just after, and I will explain to you. So you have to know exactly exactly what you have to going and put on the table at the moment at the closing, that's what you have to put on the table. But after the closing is not finished, how you rent out your property. This is one thing that is important as well. What I have to spend to rent my property. Facebook ads, Zoom, whatever. This is exactly. Build your team at the moment that you want to buy your property. Oh, easy. Take a realtor, take a broker that is in the area. It doesn't matter if you have to pay a commission. Obviously, you have to pay a commission for the moment that there's someone working. It doesn't matter, but you don't waste your time. Go to the beach. It's better. Go to the beach. The work that the person there is already an experience is better than the person that will starting and looking for a mortgage broker, an attorney, an accountant, a property manager, home inspector, contractor, insurance broker. It's much better to contract a broker, because a broker that is experimented in the real estate, usually he have all the staff to help you. By the way, is working always with different home inspector, different accountant, different mortgage broker, because at the same situation for the other people, you remember what I was telling you, for the down payment, it's not the same situation for everybody. Very, very important. The team is the key. The team that you can have at the moment that you want to enter into contract, this is really the key. Because if you have the wrong team, the same property that you can afford and you can do it, they don't have the solution to explain to you and do it. Find the people who can guarantee you to you need. Exactly what I say. The good team is the key of the success. You can do it, but maybe you will pass 5 years to do it, to get the accountant, the good accountant, to get the good broker, to get the good mortgage broker, to get the good attorney. You can go and go and go with another one. But if you have a broker that is already get this team, you can do it less and you can get more deal and the better deal, because they know the area, they know the functionment, they know the broker, they know the attorney, and they are here to help you and give you a solution, not give you one problem. So you can do easier what you can do in 5 years, you can do easier in 6 months. So better get the team. This is exactly the key. Let's see the step 6. And after we will go directly to an example for an investment, if it can be a new construction with a mortgage. Let's analyzing the number. What is the rental rate in the area? This is important. Again, work with a broker, with a real estate broker. He know the area, he know the rental, he can make the comparison. How much can you rent out the property for? Is not at the moment that you go to the closing that you have to ask with the question is before. How much can I rent this property? Let me see the comparable. Let me see the closing property that is already rented. What this is the average rate it is if it's an Airbnb property. So all the questions that your broker have to answer. Work with the mortgage broker because the mortgage broker will do the number for the monthly payment. The monthly payment that you have to do and the balance that you have to get with the income and do exactly the number. Again, if you are coming from New York City, California, South of America, Germany, 1 + 1 is 2. This is the big advantage. You don't need a translation. 1 + 1 is 2. So the broker, real estate broker can help you and the mortgage broker can help you. They are the professional. They have access to some tool that you don't have access. Don't believe that Zillow is the better thing that we can get because we are all the property over there. Find the property. It's not complicated, but analysis a property to get the good investment, this is the more difficult. And it's not permitted for everybody. This is why you need the professional, because maybe you don't need a gift for someone of your family. You need less than payment. You don't have to pay this closing cost. You don't have to pay this fee. So this is exactly what a professional can say to you. This is the business model Canva. If you want, you can take a screenshot for that. There is no problem. But again, we can take an appointment together and we can explain to you step by step the key of the partner that you have, the key of the activity, the value proposition. This is what I will explain it to you at the beginning of the presentation. Remember what I told you. I told you that if you have a deal that you can get 1%, do it. Because again, I don't have a crystal ball, but for the last 2 years, the value of the property here in Miami, and when I say Miami, is Miami Beach, Miami-Dade, Brickell, etc., is Miami in general. So there is 15% yearly. I don't have a crystal ball, and I don't want to say that it's continue to go up to 15% every single year. But the thing that I am sure that we're still not at the price from New York City, and we're still not at the price from California. But the rent that we collect is really, really just in the rent that you can have in California and New York City. And it's not still the same price. So the price will going up. Maybe. I think so. But this one, the value, if you have 1%, take it, because 15% on the property yearly, more 1%, you can take 16% every single year. And with the leverage of a loan. And again, it doesn't matter if the loan is 6%, 7%, 8%. This is the number that you have to calculate. And if after the interest rate going down, good for you. You have already your property, you can refinance. This is exactly where Esther, we can help us. So let's see quickly new construction and explain to you the difference in new construction, but it's possible too with the resale. And we have the number, and we did the number just with Esther that she will present it to you for this luxury condo that is Pagani. Pagani is a luxury condo that is exactly here in Norbe Village. That is an amazing, and this is the first tower in the world with the brand Pagani. Pagani is very difficult to get a car. So, and this one is exactly, this tower is amazing. I love it because all the apartment is on the corner and all of them have water view. Pagani is just here. So here, yeah, like you can see, just here. And over there, Surfside, and here, Miami Beach. You see just here on the map, Normandy, Norbe Village, here, Miami Beach, over there, Surfside. Okay, just to get a localization. Let's see now. So the address 7914 in West Drive, just in Norbe Village, that I was telling you, and the starting price 2.9 to 12 million. Let's starting after with the number of the 2.9. Can I buy? I don't have the budget. I don't have it either. But we can buy it. Let's see the analysis. Because this amazing building, 70 unit, 28 story, I can make a presentation for this one. You can see on my website. My website is very easy. It's my first name and my last name. And you can see what is something interesting here. The deposit schedule. Guys, is better to buy a new construction at the moment of the groundbreaking than to wait that the building is already built. Why? Because you can negotiate the deposit schedule. Is if here you see 10% of the reservation, 10% of the contract, 10% of the groundbreaking, 10% for the amenity deck, 10% at the top off, and 50% at the closing. So you have to pay 50%. There is a solution. Yes, there is a solution. Take an appointment with us. I will try to just here the chat. I will try to put the calendar, the link of the calendar in the chat. Let me check this one. Just here. Okay, here, sorry. I will put it after because here the calendar. Okay, got it. Okay, perfect. So I will put it on the chat. The link of the calendar is very important. Take an appointment with us. I will explain it to you exactly. This one is going a little worse. So this one, just very, very important. And what the rent that you can have, we will see. Esther prepared just for us, just a little number, and you can see exactly the rentability that you can have on this luxury project. And believe me, for those apartments, I'm completely convinced of this apartment, the luxury apartment. Why? Because there is no Pagani tower in the world. That is the first things. Second things, people that they are coming here in Miami to live, they want the luxury, and we have all the number. Again, everything that is less than 4 million is very difficult to find it. There is a lot of for 0 to 4 million that is with a loan. Behind 4 and up is more than 80% of the deal is cash. So see, again, people that they are coming here in Miami, they want a turnkey and luxury. This is the luxury apartment that is working really, and this is very easy to rent it. Not the old luxury apartment. People that don't want the old building. Why? Because they're scared. They're scared and they prefer to rent an apartment or to buy an apartment that is a luxury apartment and new, with the new rules from the city. Everything is really by the book. And go to my website, you will see this project. I love it because it's a really, for the price, is a really, really a good investment. This project, I am sure that the 15% every single year, you will take it. And we will discuss for that because the price that you can have for one apartment, and we can compare today for 2.9, let's see the value of this apartment in 6 months when they're starting the groundbreaking, because the groundbreaking is not starting yet. Fortunately, we can still make a good deal. Let's continue with this one and the other one that I just selected for you, that this is the rider. The rider, why I select this project for you? Because it's a short-term rental unit. This unit is starting for $500,000, if I remember. I will see after. And so it's not a big investment. It's just here in Wynwood and South Midtown, exactly, just after the bridge from the 41st Street in Miami. Here you are in Mid Beach, and just here. And of course, you can have Airbnb. You can do Airbnb. So this is a very, very good project that you can make money. Let's see exactly where it's located and what you can make money, because this project starting for $500,000 and still and 1.8. So I will not explain you step by step. You can see on my website, we can take an appointment with us, and I can make the number with you. Fortunately, Esther, you did the loan, and I give you just here the explication. If you can say to us the explication, because we have all the number with the leverage of the loan that you can do on those projects, the 2 projects. I took from the 2 project, but you will see that the possibility in resale is possible too, because this is a 2 project completely different. On one side, that this is a luxury apartment, and the other side, that is Airbnb apartment. But this is a new construction project. And why I want to explain to you that you don't need 50%. You don't need 50% to make an investment. You can make your investment this one today. Just take an appointment with us and it will explain to you how to do it. Like you can see, this is the same, exactly the same plan, starting for $500,000. All the rendering, you can get it on my website. So I will try to share you PDF.
Okay.
I'm not a specialist for that. I'm so sorry. So
No
share.
worries.
Okay. I get it. Finally, it's easy. Like
Yeah.
this. So let's explain to you a little bit and see how it's possible that just I will explain it to you, how it's possible. We will take it for the new construction, the example, we can do it with the resale to get a mortgage. And what is the number if I want to invest in this project? Esther, go ahead.
Okay, good evening, guys. My name is Esther Acosta. I'm from Cuba. I'm a mortgage loan officer and a mortgage broker office. We are in the wholesale space, and that allow us to shop with more than 40 banks, bank institution, private lenders that make us be in the capacity of tailor a loan according to your needs. So depending on the occupancy type or the type of property that you want to buy of the assets that you own, we can tailor a loan for you. So that's what we do. That's what we are here. My background, I have been an audit in Cuba for 20 years, then arrived here and start working as an accountant. And then in 2019, I start as a loan officer. And now I'm in the wholesale space. So we can go to the next slide. This one is just to show you how the mortgage rates has been moving since December 2024 until March 2025. It is slightly movement, but that is not, definitely this is all in general because depending on your specific needs is the interest rate that you can have, and even you can buy down points to have a better interest rate. So we can go to the other slide here, the rider residences. So the rider, the starting price that we took here is the lesser, and these pictures, these prices are right now because as the construction starts and start, getting complete, the prices will increase. So you buy it today at 500,000, but by the time the building is complete, it would worth higher than that. So according to the deposit schedule, in the rider, you have to put 20% down a contract, 10% 60 days after, and 10% 60 months after the contract is signed. So that gives you 40%, and the balance, the other 60% due at closing. This 40% you can negotiate it with the in-house, as Fabrice told you, and this is just how the monthly payments would look like, including the association fees based on the price per square feet and the interest rate that would be available or that was available on March 31st when I made these calculations. These interest rates changes according to the to Wall Street. So every day it will change, and it will just lock when the loan would be registered, and that would be at the time of the delivery of the property when the building is completed. But this is just for you to have a visual of what would be, and this is based on an investment property. This interest rate would be provided with investment loan programs. So we can go to the other one.
You know that we have different program, right, Esther? So
Yeah.
the program that you can get for the investor is so many program. It is what is much better to get a really a one-on-one appointment if you want, if you have the intention. Also, if it's not today, because like you are telling us, Esther, and thank you for asking for that because it's very important. So the interest rate that we get today is not the interest rate that you get tomorrow because it's depend of the Wall Street every single day, and we can see on your slide before that it is changing every single month. Of course, and changing every single week, I guess, if I remember.
Yeah. Every
So
single day in the morning the rates has a number, and in the afternoon is the completely different thing when they open and when the market open and when the market close.
but sure, but
And
it is very
here,
good. It is very good you
yeah,
plan. This is one that we have your example because we can get an idea.
yes, exactly. And this is very important, the dates that you see here. When you are at the deposit schedule, you need to make sure you follow those dates so you can plan yourself and have the funds available by the time you need to deliver it, to put it down with the in-house.
This is why it's very important to get a broker to negotiate that at the beginning because there is some situation, and I can explain it better with the one-on-one, depending on the situation of everybody. But you can have I have a house for sale, I have an apartment for sale, I'm waiting for the money. But if I waiting that to get the money and sell this apartment, that it can be that that the market is a little more slowly, not the price going down, guys, but the market is a little more slowly for the condo and a little more better for the houses. The time on the market usually for the single family is 3 months and 10 months for the condominium. So if the price is 500,000 today, it will be not 500,000 tomorrow when we are in the middle of the building.
Exactly.
So the thing that it is, don't scare about the schedule for the payment for the 10%, 10%, 10%. We have a solution. We are here to help you. And if you want to get this investment, because I always, 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 when we make a sale for new development, the price that it is at the beginning that the client buy it, when you put it, is not the same at the end of the new construction, obviously. First,
Exactly.
because real estate is much better to buy it and wait, because always, always, like you can see with the plan that I showed to you, that is going up and down, going up and down. But sometimes when you see the diagram, is not really the reality because it's not constant. It's not going up for 10 and down for 10. No, it's going up for 10 and going down for 3. After going down for 10 and going down for 2. This is exactly what is happening in real estate. So this is what I want to say. With this model, we have so many options. So just only contact us. But before, again, go back to the beginning. Let's focus on what do you want exactly. And after, we can get the solution because we are here to have the solution for you and not a problem. It's better.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay, thank you. So
So
this one, let's see with the Pagani, because we did together on Saturday the first analysis for that. But before you have this amazing PDF, by the way. So
thank you.
so before we made the analysis and we realized that when you put more money, when you take, it's not what I want to say. I say when you buy something more expensive, you make more money. So
Yes.
I just let you explain this PDF.
Okay. So we took as an example this apartment that is 2 bedroom, 2.5, two bathroom and a half from Pagani Residences
Okay.
with a square feet of 2,1813 with the purchase price of 2.9 million.
Okay.
So the deposit schedule at Pagani is 50% divided in several steps or in several stages. And the balance due at closing, it could be 50%. Pagani is a residential building that just allowed to be rented twice a year. But you can leave it like 6 months and then rent it the other 6 months. And this is this building has that feature that Fabrice was talking about, that you can divide one apartment in two. So you can stay in one portion of the apartment and you can rent it out the other one. So the other one, you can rent it out the whole year as well.
Right.
So for this one, with the 50% down payment, you will get a loan amount of 1.4450, and at the interest rate of 6.375%, that was the interest rate available on March 31st. Again, this is not the interest rate that will be prevailing by the time you will need to finance in 2027 or 2028 at the beginning of the building when construction ends. But
Okay.
it's just today, just to have a visual of what could it be. So
Okay.
including the homeowner's insurance, that is 1.75, I believe, right?
Yes.
Because I cannot see
Well, so
1.75 per square feet for this apartment. The total payment would be 15,000, but just the principal and interest from the mortgage loan would be 9,000. But the bank usually includes the homeowner's insurance at the property taxes. So
okay.
when you pay your mortgage, the property taxes and homeowners insurance would be included. That will total 11,000. The bank includes in their calculation of the debt to income ratio the payments of the HOA, but you, as you know, you pay it directly to the HOA. You don't pay it to the bank. But the bank considers this amount just to make sure that you will have the ability to repay the loan. That's why it is shown here. So we can go to the other slide.
This is
This
the
is
compound.
like a comparison when you buy cash versus you buy finance. The purchase price is the same for both. The initial investment, if you buy cash, would be complete. But if you buy cash using a mortgage loan, you will just pay the half as the initial investment. So as Fabrice was telling you, the appreciation, the real property appreciation in Miami for the last 2 years has been around 15%,
Yeah.
12% for condos. We took 10 to be conservative, and that will represent 2090, 290,000 of the purchase price. So by the time in the first year, let's say that the building would be completed, will probably worth $3 million,
Of course.
almost 3.2, almost 3.2.
Yeah.
Less the mortgage payment, the annual payments. If you buy cash, you still will be paying taxes. You still will be paying um, insurance, and you still will be paying homeowners. So this is the amount per the previous slide. And if you buy finance, including all the payments that were analyzing before, this is the amount 181,000 that you will be paying for the finance of this property. And your annual profit would be this one here, 217,000 if you buy cash and 118,000 if you buy finance. But don't get confused with this, because this could be a little tricky. The estimated rental income per the area as it is right now, when we did the analysis, is 217,000 a year for an apartment like this, with these features, with this price, with this purchase price, with this luxury. It would be like this. So your annual, if you buy cash, your return of investment percentage would be 17,000, because you invest everything. But if you buy finance, the ROI here percentage would be 26,000, because you will just have a 3.1 apartment or property with the half of the initial investment.
Correct.
So anyway, you pay the whole purchase price, or you pay half for the initial, you will have the same estimate. Of course, you will have, even when this is more or is the same estimated future value, you will have more equity if you buy here because your initial investment is less than that.
Sure. Exactly.
And that's the annual profit will represent the 26% of your initial investment, and the other investment will pay by itself if you rent it out.
Because you have the leverage of the loan, obviously. Because always you have two solutions. Because if you want to use this property for you, sometimes it's better to buy it for also if you want to leave it, if you want to get it for the second home. Sometimes, and this is exactly the analysis that we have to do because it's better to buy it from the with under the LLC and or sometimes under an incorporation, depend on your situation and depend on the deduction that you have to do. Because if it's not your first investment, we have to figure out exactly what the income you have already. It is why, again, when you are making the analysis with you, we are making the analysis with you, the accountant, the mortgage broker, us, and do exactly your situation. What is this the better thing? But in all situation is much better financing because again, it was like I was telling before, it's not your money to have the leverage of the bank that it gets you the money to do the operation, to do the deal, to make the deal happen. You have only on the table on this situation 1.450, and you have a ROI percentage for 26%. Why? Easy, because it's not your money. It was I telling you before. Also, if you have an investment that it give you 1%, because just here, we not calculate exactly the appreciation value that we will have, because 219 is $300,000 is approximately that we can have for the value. Also, if this, in this case, is not, but if the ROI is 1%, take it. Take it. It's not your money. Take
Exactly.
it. You have the value. Do you have something? Do you have some investment? And I was telling you a sure investment. Why sure? Pagani for the brand. So this is exactly the same. Sure investment that it gives to you this rentability, and it is not your money. So it is only what I want to say, Esther. Sorry to get in you, but take an appointment with us and we calculate for you exactly if you're interested to invest. You're really interested to invest, take an appointment. It's completely free, no commitment, and we explain to you how to do it. And after when you did it the first one, you can get the other one. And how you can get the other one, we will explain to you as well. I
Yes.
continue with the PDF, I guess.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So these are the loan requirements that you will need to apply for a mortgage loan.
Okay.
And if you are investing in a pre-construction, you will have time to make sure that you fill it out all of these requirements if you don't have it right now. You need to be US citizens or legally permanent residents. Your FICO should be 720 or plus. Why? Because as higher is your FICO, your interest rate is better. Give funds are allowed, even for investment properties, not just for single family or second homes. No
Okay.
mortgage insurance required. You can do delay financing as well, up to 180 days. Delay financing is when you buy cash and then you want to take that money out of your property to do another investment. So up to 180 days after you buy cash, you can do delay financing up to 90% of the purchase price. And the maximum LTV for this kind of properties would be 80%. So your minimum would be 20% down, 25, it all depends. It all depends on the property. And the other slide, there are a big wide of loan programs that we can use to qualify you. We can do full doc. Full doc is when we qualify your income based on your income taxes and your W-2. We can do for self-employed people 12 months bank statements, either personal or the business. 24 months bank statements. We can do asset depletion. Asset depletion evaluates all the assets that you have, not just the funds that you have in your checking or savings account, but the stocks account, the bonds, the mutual funds, the vested retirement accounts, even we can do cash out on your investment or primary residence to buy the new one. And these loan programs apply for primary, second homes and investment properties. So as you see, there are a wide a spectrum of loan programs that we could use with different banks, and according to your personal financial situation and the type of occupancy and the type of investment that you want to do, are the banks that we can refer to for quoting the loan. Even it's important to know as well if you are coming to sign here, if you are signing from the comfort of your home, because we can do as well remote closing. So all of that features are available to you. Just take an appointment with us and we will explain you more detail based on your needs.
Sure, you have the link on the chat, so that you can, if you want to take an appointment. And it's only the last thing that we have to finish and see after if someone has some question. So you have the link on the chat. Don't hesitate to click on the link. You can do it right now and take an appointment with us, so we can exactly explain it to you. So do you see my screen now, Esther?
Yes, yes.
Okay, perfect. I want to be sure,
Yeah.
So the last thing before to close this webinar, and again, we will see after to the question and answer if you want. So new construction or resale, you should have this option. Don't be afraid to walk away. I say at the first time, don't hesitate to book and to reserve your apartment. Don't hesitate to go under contract, but don't be afraid to walk away. And your broker should have the solution to walk away, because often, sometimes during the process, you can discover something or you don't like it. It's not really happen in the new construction. It's really happen more in the resale project. But you should have, and you have to working with a professional that he get the solution at the beginning of the contract for you, to make this one to walk away. If you have to walk away for any reason that you cannot afford the 50% down payment, you can whatever, something happened during the concept, I don't know, you lose your work, something, whatever, so you have a problem with the property, so you don't know, you never know, so you should have the solution to walk away. This is very, very important. You are working with a professional. They know how to do it. They know how to protect you. The thing that it is at the beginning is protect you. It is why when we make a deal, and also in a new construction, we go with the contract of a developer, because, oh, no problem, the developer, all of them get the same contract. No, you have to know if your broker can make some modification, asking to the developer, look, that we want to go ahead with this contract, but my attorney, because every deal, also the new construction, we have our attorney involved. Remember what I was telling you, build the team. If you are the team, you are the best. If you are alone, you are very, very, very risky. Don't get a deal alone. The better deal is with a team. So the attorney can make the modification on the contract, also if it's a new construction contract, and make it happen. And usually never the developer, because he want to sell his apartment too, never the developer say no, maybe say, no, I don't want 10 days, I want 20 days, I don't want 15 days, I want 5 days. Everything is negotiable, but this is the work, and you don't have to, again, to waste your time. You don't have to take care of that. This is your broker and the attorney of the broker that he have to do it. So the number was telling Esther, and thank you for this explanation, Esther. It's helped us very, very good.
Welcome.
Yes, because
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, no, exactly, because we really see what the difference. Because in the mind, always say, if I pay cash, I don't have a monthly payment, so I get more rentability. No, it's not true, because again, You don't buy your property for life. It's an investment. Also, the house that or an apartment that you buy to live for you is never for life. So it's never. Usually, I don't know the average, but I think that is 5 or 7 years maximum, if I remember
Yeah.
something. So,
Yeah.
so again, the number need to make sense. Make the number with the broker. Look at everything from the number perspective. If you are in negative cash flow, walk away. There is something wrong. If you have
Exactly.
1% and it's not your money, you can go ahead. As 1% say, I don't work for 1%. Guys, it's not your money. If you buy an apartment for 1 million and you have 1%, okay? Guys, $10,000. You get $10,000 and it's not your money. You get 3 apartments for 3 million and 1% for each of one, $30,000.
And your property is paying by itself and it's still yours.
Right? And you don't want to do it. Take an appointment with us and I will explain to you how to do it. Believe me, 1%, do it. For the value, I don't have a crystal ball again, but for the last 2 years, 50% from Miami, we are not at the price from California, from Texas, from New York City. The advantage, we reach the rent. So this is good. This is very good. But believe me, you have the good deal here today in Miami. And also what I heard from the property tax that it will going down. Let's see. We don't have the crystal ball for the moment, but this is exactly what we are talking about. Now here, text here for an appointment question. If you have some question, don't hesitate, put it on the chat. Let's see and wait a little bit if you have some question. If you don't have any question and you can thinking about, so don't hesitate, take an appointment with us. I wait just a little bit if you have some question in the room. If not, with my pleasure, take an appointment. This is exactly the link from my calendar, my electronic calendar. You just take an appointment online, no commitment. No, there is really for your information and make the analysis. Esther can participate to this appointment with no problem. So don't hesitate, take an appointment with us. And depend of the situation, depend when you are focused. If you are focused for a condominium, for a condo-up, for the multifamily, for the commercial family, so depend. Because there is always the different property that we saw already on this PDF. Thank you for everything, Esther. Thank you for participating.
Thank you for having me.
For this webinar tonight. And so see you soon with the first appointment that all the people that they hadn't participate. If you want to receive it, just to send an email, respond to the email that you receive. We can send it to you, the recording, and with my pleasure. So ask for any question. Thank you for everything, Esther.
Thank you, Fabrice.
And see you at the next one. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.